So we join back in with our adventurers after last week. They've continued deciding to fight the golem ooze creature instead of running. Throughout the fight, they've noticed that whenever creatures seem to be hit by Dante's fire, it seems to have a positive effect on the infection, though everyone hit by it has still been hurt and injured in the process.
You'd almost call it Dante's Inferno.
I hate you.
Well, that was it, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Oh
Thank
God,
you for
Emma just
watching
hates me for that.
Wow.
As we come to the top of the round, it is its turn. And it is going to rush forward still towards Dante. Oof, just stopping just in moments away from you. However, it does have a little bit of reach. As it gets up closer, am I right in thinking, is it just Dante or Volu and Dante? Do you speak Celestial?
I don't.
I don't.
Is it Ichi? No, and there's no one Celestial in this one?
No, I
Okay,
speak
so
a
I would
bittle, but not a
say
Celestial.
you would both recognize it is muttering what sounds like a hymn. Like the last time you heard somebody speaking this language, it was a priest in a church. Volu, for you, sometimes when you've done your magic, it flicks into this language. But it's muttering something over and over as it moves straight up to Dante and is going to strike you, or attempt to at least. So, first attack of 23 as it...
Remember that he's got...
Sanctuary, sorry, it needs to do a whiz save, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It got only a 10.
Failed.
Okay, so Dante, it raises up, and actually you notice it raises up the other fist and to hit you, hits the sanctuary, and as it pauses, the corrupted arm and points straight at Volu and fires instead.
Yeah.
I will say, because Sanctuary means they have to attack somebody else in range, their first attack was wasted.
I'm going to curse it.
Is it reaction?
Yeah, it is, baby.
Okay. Well,
so as the shot goes out towards Volu, obviously I don't know what it rolled for that, because I'm assuming it's a rolled thing.
It is a rolled. Is it before, or do you have to know before or after?
You can tell me what the roll is, but I don't know if it's necessarily hit or not.
Okay.
So it says you can choose to use this feature after the creature's roll, but before the DM determines whether the attack is hit.
Okay, so I have rolled.
Okay, am I allowed to know the roll?
No, because I haven't determined. Knowing the roll would determine whether it would hit, because we roughly know Volu's AC.
Oh, right. Sorry, I just assumed you weren't going to give me the pluses.
No, I mean, I can do that. I can give you just the roll and no pluses.
I think that's... Well, I mean, it's up to you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really mind.
I don't think I need to tell you. I would say you need to after I roll, but before you.
That's fine. I've already said I was going to do it regardless before you even roll.
Yeah, and it's firing in, and it looks on target.
So as he starts to do it, you just see just from part of his arm that is already kind of like burnt, and it just starts to glow, and one of his burns just almost explodes, and this flame just pops this boil, and effectively this flame just comes straight out and splashes it in the eyes. This does not affect creatures that are immune to being blinded. That was why I asked this earlier.
Okay.
I have not heightened this. So it now has a D6 minus to its attack.
Okay, I'll let you roll the d6.
6.
Okay, so Volu, that was a 16, which I believe just hits you. And as it splashes in the face, and again, Dante, you're noticing this even more of the like two things acting, like the arm is sort of acting on its own. But as you hit the golem in the face, the jolting of the body just, and it fires off for a 10 instead, and skies over the top of Volu.
I'm just going to lean in and just said, I said me.
Okay, and I would say you would notice now, no expression. Whereas before it seemed very ragey. When it was more corrupted, it was very angry and aggressive. It's very neutral right now. The arm still seems very violent. As we come to Dante's turn.
I am going to first. I don't think this will work, but in for a penny. I start to kind of like just move my hand, and out comes the jet, and I'm going to try to push it back 5 feet.
Natural 19 for
Yeah, fine. Didn't think
as it just washes over it.
Yep, didn't think that would work. I am going to step back. Actually, wait, no, hang on. I'm not in 5 feet of it, am I?
You are in reach. It's got
Is it in reach or is it 5 feet? As
when
in
you
the
step out of its reach, because you can.
no.
If it has
advantage on a shot. Range. I think it's only if the creatures are in 5 feet.
No, I think if you're in melee range of another creature.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. Okay, if you're within 5 feet of a hostile creature that can see them.
Cool. Yeah, then I don't have to move, so I'm going to take one shot at it with my bow. That's that failed. That was like 19 again, I think. Yeah, 8.
So 19 hits this time.
Oh.
If it is a 19, if it's 18, if it's a 19, so you would see whereas before that extra little sheet glow that protected it, it had a spell raising its AC up by 1. So that one does meet it and beat it. So
awesome.
Piercing through.
So honestly, I'm going to use this dice more often because I just keep getting max 8 numbers on it. But I feel like I'm cheating you.
No,
so I apologize. I'm honestly not. So that's 13 points of damage and 5 points of fire damage. So that's 18 points of damage. And then
as that one hits it, the last bit of the oozy infection burns away and burns off it. The creature stands there now in full golem form, pausing for a second before again the eyes flick on and it continues muttering whatever it's muttering and fixes on Dante.
I just feel like this is something from like bloody Ichi's order. Then I'm going to just look behind it. The barrel is, I believe, 10 feet from it. Because it was like right in front of.
Yep.
I'm going to just lean back and shoot the barrel.
Okay, and so initially, I believe the powder kegs. So the initial one is 76, which you can roll, and then the vehicle is going to go up as there is the initial, and each of you guys will see this again, maybe even confirming your decision as there is an initial, and then almost immediately afterwards a much larger explosion.
Please bear with me for a moment.
Where was the barrel?
Right in front of the vehicle.
At the back of the car.
So
here.
The barrel was here, and it reaches 10 feet. The vehicle's explosion goes 15.
Oh,
1, 6, 6, 3. So 12, 15, 16, and so that was for 4. You said 76, yeah?
Yep.
15, 20, 25, 23 points of damage from the keg.
Okay, as that explodes and there's the second explosion, the golem, the car, all of those bodies, including the one that was spared of dying, are engulfed in the flames.
Is there any more damage from the explosion of the car?
There is. However, as the flames wash off, you notice it's not as phased as it was by fire anymore. And Dante, you would be able to figure out the corruption had issue with fire. And from your roll earlier, normal golems don't.
Okay.
So what you think is, while it was in its amorphous form, it had lost its resistances to some of the things that they get resistance for being a solid material. Now that it is fully a solid material again, it definitely damaged it, but you can work out resistances.
Cool. Okay.
But there was secondary damage as again it washes over, and as the flames die out, Volu, you would see there is unfortunately not a chance for our boy. That was more than enough damage to completely cover him, and for Ichi and the now even more worried looking Moonshadow Jr. That was a 20-foot tall fireball that just went off down there, and the creature's still standing. Although you will notice now, Ichi, it's all blue now. There's none of the purpley. It's all, and again, it's like every time you look away and look back, something's fucking changed. But almost as you were heading back and you turn as the explosion goes off, it's just now a blue standing crystal golem. Anything else, Dante?
I've used bonus. I've used both attacks. And obviously don't have Sanctuary anymore.
no, you still do for a minute.
No, if he
I've
attacks.
attacked.
Oh, yeah.
So now this thing is coming straight for me. Yeah. Love it. I am gonna just say, come at me, bro.
Okay. Hey, Lenny.
Okay. So
Kind of hoping that the pus balls after they've gone, it would have shut down or something.
I was hoping it might stop attacking, but okay.
None of you. There's there's Ichi when Ichi arrives maybe, but none of you really have the knowledge set.
I can speak to beasts and animals, but that's not even this, is it? So...
No, this is it. It's. I mean,
Construct.
your proficiency. Are you proficient in Arcana, Eleni?
No.
This is it. So you're not formally trained enough to know like anything about this.
No, this is it. I think.
What I will say is now that it's entirely a golem.
But I've seen that it's still attacking, right? Even though
it's still attacking, but now that it's entirely a golem, your swarm has calmed. It's still ready for battle, but it was scared before, whereas it's now just like a threat.
Have I noticed Ichi coming? Have any of us seen?
You heard the voice of Moonshadow Jr., but unfortunately, they were so far up that you can see figures moving down the thing, but you don't know it's Ichi necessarily. You can make assumptions. It's been around about the amount of time it might have taken.
Okay.
Although, actually, no, he got him back a lot quicker. So, realistically, in your head, you would be expecting Ichi to be another 30 seconds to a minute before this.
But I can see that help is coming that way.
Yes, and also again that the lights, you would see the first sort of torchlight appear of somebody that mustn't have dark vision or whatever.
Okay.
Coming into the cavern, but again, they are 300 foot that way. But you can assume that they can see the fireball.
Right. So I am going to just check. I always do this with spells. I know it's really obvious, but I always have to think twice about it. I am going to bonus action cast Zephyr Strike.
Yep.
That's that. I'm going to give myself advantage on the weapon attack roll.
Yep.
And I'm then going to shoot at the monster, at the golem. So that's an 18.
Just misses as the arrow snaps off the armor.
Damn. So hang on.
Your speed's now doubled.
Yeah, my speed is now doubled, but I've still got another.
You still got a second shot. Also, did you put Tabitha down? Because I will say, free item interaction, but you can't really shoot a bow with her in your arms.
Oh, sorry, I assumed
So
I'd
I'd
put
say
her down at the end of the last one. I assumed I'd moved us, but
no,
I
you'd
didn't
move.
actually say
I
that
didn't
put her
know if
down,
you wanted.
sorry.
Yeah. If you free item interaction, you can put her down and shoot. That's fine. I'm just
Yeah.
noting it so that I know whether you've got her or not.
So I've still got an attack left.
Yeah. So as you put her down, she's sort of going like, "Fucking prick, fucking better not die down this fucking blasted shaft."
I'm gonna shoot at it again.
Okay. 19 just hits as it sinks in.
So that's 8 piercing, 3 fire, and yeah, let's send the swarm another d6 of piercing from the what? So another 1 from the swarm. So that's 9 add 3 is 12 altogether.
Okay.
So that's bonus, and then
again that does seem to damage it as it rocks back.
Okay, and then so now my speed is doubled.
Yep.
Can I grab her and run?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go, and I'm just gonna be heading out towards where I think people are coming now. So we're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm up there, Liam.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure what else I can do. So yeah, that's
okay. Tabitha.
And I know she's probably too far away now, but I'm just trying to get her out of.
She's just in range to pop off one more firebolt. Okay, definitely seems to hit. Okay. Dante, a firebolt rips over your shoulder and strikes it in the face, and again you are noticing magic still seems to be affecting it. Which, yeah, as you are pondering over golems, it is a worry because some of them are not affected by magic. Yeah, but this one still seems to be. And as we come to Volu. You muted, bud?
It's just not affected by radiant or necrotic, which is annoying.
Well, so again, as you think over that, the corrupted guy wasn't affected by necrotic. It's now from what you, but you don't know anything of golems. So, but it wasn't the golem that didn't respond to necrotic.
Okay, I can still do that if we figure that out. So what I'm going to do is pull us back here. And then I'm going to cast Bless. Dante's now the only person in range, so it's just going to be Dante.
You and Dante?
Yeah.
Okay. You're both blessed. Extra D4 on attack rolls and saves.
Yeah.
Anything else from you, Dolly?
No.
Okie dokie. Ichi, I'm going to say that this happens just at the before your round, so at the top of your round, you turn class hands again. There's that twisting sensation and a pop as you appear. If you would like to put yourself on here.
Trying to click.
I'll make a copy of Tabitha that can be Shadow Junior as well.
Why are you not letting me drag Ichi on? What's going on?
And as it pops out, Moonshadow Jr. is just immediately shouting, Tabitha, where are you? And all of you would hear the pop and the arrival of two people. One of them's being very loud, and one of them is Ichi.
And the other one is a plant boy. Boop. There we go.
Just here for me.
Beautiful.
And as you arrive, you would first of all recognize the golem, and you can give me an arcana for what you know of golems.
Wonderful.
And then secondly, you would recognize the religious insignia, but if you're not actually, I think you would get. You're not proficient, but I'm going to give you a roll anyway. But it would be an unproficient roll.
Okay. Arcana 15.
Okay, so same as Dante, you know they're resistant to quite a lot of things, non-magical.
Religion 13.
Okay. So you arrive, you see the golem and you see the scratchings and the glowing. It is intently fixed. You also see the back of the firing, now 7-foot Ifriti form, Dante. However, they don't seem wild and erratic. They are like fixed, ready to like brace to fight this thing. Whereas the golem definitely seems fixed.
Fixed on who?
Dante.
Cool.
You would also, on a quick assessment, be able to see Eleni with a completely like collapsed Tabitha, the multitude of bodies that are on fire, and the general carnage in the area. So, what would you like to do? Obviously, feel free to talk and call out as well as you arrive. You would see everybody in plain sight.
Damn it, Dante, why you gotta be there? Yeah. Oh, damn it. Ichi kind of like gets there, sees this thing, sees Dante, and just kind of confused, like looks around, gets their bearings, runs 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Runs forward. Dante, is that you?
Nice of you to join.
Someone had to do what we actually came here to do and win the bloody race, didn't we? As I get there. No, yeah, you're just out of bloody range, you 7-foot tall flaming dickhead. from getting closer to this golem, is there anything familiar about any of the sigils?
Not at all. And you did see my whisper, yeah? Check the whisper as well.
Okay.
I always expect it to boop you and
Yeah, it's because I was trying to
could be
drag
a
my thing
messenger
on.
as well,
I
yeah.
had done that thing where I'd highlighted everything, so I didn't see the color change.
Yeah, don't worry. But not familiar in that you've ever seen it before.
Okay. Dante, if you wouldn't mind taking just a step back at all, just what's happening? Everything was purple a second ago and now it's blue.
Kinda busy.
So obviously, Vola, you would hear this shouting back and forth, and you can see Ichi nearby.
Yeah, Ichi just kind of like grunts and is going to use their final. Actually, no, I'm going to use my lay on hands to put 5 points back into myself.
Okay.
To bring me back up to 30, because I realized the 15 damage that I took should have been half because I'm resistant to bludgeoning.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that'll take me just back up to 30. Just kind of pop that in. Right, let's deal with this then quickly before anyone else gets hurt. Dante, not looking too good there.
Speak for yourself, Plant Boy.
Okay, as after Ichi, Moonshadow Jr. would immediately see Eleni with Tabitha and just rush over and like almost like asking, but also just taking her from you a little bit, and being like, she's like, I'm fine, dickhead, shut up. It's like, thank God, I can take her. I can support from the back. Go help your friends. Are there any other? She will ask. Are there any other riders still down here?
I don't think there's any still alive.
You'd see like there's definitely a look of like, fuck, I was supposed to be down here, on his face, as we then come to the top of the round and the golem.
By the way, what card did we blow up?
One of the tridents things. Yeah. Not the one you're trying to save is like way down here at the bottom, very, very bottom.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's cool. Just wanted to check.
I'll be honest though, right? That's up to them to get that thing.
Oh, actually,
God, yeah.
Yeah.
End of Ichi's turn, it's going to use a legendary action.
Oh, great! Thanks.
Yay!
And
Hey, at least it's waited until now to start unleashing them.
almost like it couldn't in its corrupted form.
Oh, lovely.
Damn, I thought it was just saving them all for the party, weren't you, right?
Yeah. No, so they are going to, they let out a grinding, twisting sort of shout, and it pulses outwards, and everyone within 60, which I believe is just up to Ichi. Actually, Ichi, you don't get affected by this. You feel it wash over you, but can Volu and Dante make me wisdom saving throws, please? Dante, you have disadvantage.
I was going to ask if this is same kind of thing that Ichi's been doing to me. The idea was to try to give me like kind of practice against it.
I will allow you to cancel out the disadvantage. So the disadvantage, and as you're doing this, you see the sigil glow and you feel your ability to concentrate shift. It is doing something to you to apply a disadvantage.
14.
22.
Okay, well, nice. So, Dante, you take 17 points of psychic damage. And Volu, you take half, so 9. As that shockwave ripples through you. And again, for both of you, it feels exactly the same. And actually, Ichi, for you, it washed over you. And like for a second, if you were not in this situation, you are back with your master Brutus, no, Bruce,
Bruce, yeah.
Bruce, practicing. The air has that same tingle as when he was first showing you how to. And if you imagine, I always think about this. When you're learning, you might learn a ritual that when you're first learning it, it might take you 20 minutes to talk out and do and motion. And the whole point of the practice, so that you can like summon it on command without the whole thing. It feels like that airy ritual version of protection from the planar, abjure the extra planar. And so Volu, you
Just a quick question. It's half of 17. We're saying that's 8 or 9.
It's
Roll
9,
up.
it rounds up.
We roll up.
Okay. I fall on the ground.
Oh, damn.
So the wave washes over you. For Volu, as that washes over you again, it's different for you. You're not fully extraplanar, but there's a big bit of you that is, and it just almost the pain inside wells up, and you just fade to unconsciousness. And the last thing you hear as you just go to black is Tanabori saying, "You did well. You tried. Sleep now." And to note, when you go down, you are unconscious. It was non-lethal damage. Dante, yours was lethal. Like, you can ponder on why that difference is at a different point. But as it does that, it then becomes its turn as it is going to rush Dante.
Mm-hmm.
It steps in fully to stop you shooting at it.
It's because Liam hates Chris. That's what it is.
Everybody hates Chris. So the first slam attack, a 16, I believe, misses as it raises up the large crystalline arm and just down into the ground. As it thunks the ground, there's an explosion of dirt that tosses up in the air as the second fist swings through the dirt for a 24 to hit.
I want to do my last curse if I may.
To make them reroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not reroll. It's the D6 thing.
Oh, roll your D6 and minus it off.
Yeah. What did you say?
24.
Oh, bastard! Still hits.
Mm.
Okay,
One away.
As you splash the blood up, it recoils, but it's just already there in the swing, and the fist just
Chris.
collides with you.
You're blessed as well.
Oh,
No, that's attacks and saving throws, not AC.
Ah.
but would that be?
That would have affected the whiz save, wouldn't it?
It's not a whiz save. I think it's just something.
No, but the one you did for the psychic, for the thing that's just happened. What did you? No, it wouldn't have helped. You got a 14. It would have been too low.
Oh, okay.
It couldn't have helped you.
Okay, cool.
So it is.
Oh yeah, I'm not concentrating anymore. That's gone now.
True, bless is
Chris.
gone.
yeah.
Yeah. It would have been there for that spell if it would have helped, but it is now gone.
Yeah.
So sorry. They slam. 24 points of damage. As its fist.
I'm assuming it's not magical.
Its fists are magical.
Yeah, they are magical.
Mm-hmm. Again, Blob wasn't. Corruption shot that hit you earlier wasn't. This, it just down on you. That is its 2 attacks, however. As it's just again, and it's just muttering the same thing, just fixed in, just as we come to Dante's turn.
I'm fairly confident we don't have anything that does silence. It's muttering some hymn. I'm about to die. So I'm going to drop the sword. Drop the bow, bring out the sword. And because there's no way that if I get hit by that again, there's no way, no matter how much I can heal or anything, I'm not going to go down. So I'm going to Crimson Right on my sword.
Okay, so do your damage to your D4 damage to yourself.
It's not the worst, it's not the best. Definitely going down with the next hit. And yeah, I'm just gonna go start fucking slashing this bastard.
Go in.
It was a natural 20. It is like 21.
Yeah, definitely hits.
So that's now 3d6, I believe.
Yeah.
Make sure that was right. Yeah.
Yeah, 2d6 for the great sword and a d6 for the fire.
Yeah. So 6 and 4 and another 6. So 12, 16 points of damage plus
Okay.
3. So that's 19 points of damage.
Okay, as you slash, you almost like as the fist is pulling away, you cut up and slice a large chunk, almost cutting its wrist completely off as it back away from you.
And then I'm going to go for it again. Oh, honestly, it's the same again, 21, but it did twice. Like I thought it was nat 20 again. That's double sixes and a 1. So 12, 13 plus 3, 16 points of damage.
Okay, 16.
And
okay, so another big slash as you slash through its center. The glowing pulse from its body starting to flicker and shudder as you slice through its center.
and I'm fair. Crimson Right was a bonus action, yeah. So bonus actions done. I know that it has reach, so that means I can step 5 foot back. And not get attacked. And yeah, that's everything Dante is going to do.
Okay, at the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action. And as you jump back, Dante, where your sword, you sort of pull back, and the crystals, parts of it that drop to the floor, just almost chasing you in like a pattern away. And it's a 15-foot cone, so I don't know if it gets Volu as well. I think Volu's just out of it.
Please.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, Volu's out of it. But essentially, almost like as the bits of it are crumbling off, they just start to grow and sprout out of the ground. Can you please do me a dex saving throw?
Yes. Oh, 27.
Okay, so
I'm feeling this is still going to probably do me in.
So as it's growing towards you, the crystal, like you're backing up, and the crystal is trying to encase over your feet, and you're just like snapping away and backing up. And as you are, it's cutting against your legs and slashing you, and you take 20 half to 10.
Yeah, I'm down.
God damn it.
I forgot to say, not that it really matters anyways. The creature's movement speed drops by 10 feet.
Okay.
Just because I've hit it with a slashing weapon.
Okay, and as almost Dante, you're like backing away, and Dante just freezes, almost pinned in place by the crystals. Does your form drop when you go unconscious?
I honestly have no idea.
Yes, it does, I believe.
It would make sense if it would, but I actually don't know.
I'm going to say for now it does. So Dante returns to normal form, almost now pinned, like there's one through his arm still, but he almost more sags into place in the crystals. And as that happens, the muttering stops and the glow on the golem turns off. It stops glowing entirely. It's still moving, but it's not glowing and it's not muttering anymore. As we come to Eleni.
So it's still glowing, but it's like it's
No, so it's now, if you imagine it's now all dull, but it's still
like
moving.
powered down.
Not, but it's the sort of powered down as if all the power goes out of it. So in the same way as I've described, so Zikar crystal can either be that sort of deep blue, dull, unpowered, unenchanted
Okay.
form. It looks like it's gone into that state, but it's still shifting. It's not like it's still like standing and looking around and scanning. But all sound has stopped from it, and all the glowing and sigils have stopped on it.
Okay. I'm a bit far away. And I don't know whether to attack it or not. If it seems to have stopped.
Give me a percent. I would say no. You don't need a perception to see Dante go down. You would see him shrink, and the fires die down, and the glow from that area just stops entirely.
Okay. I'm gonna run back. I'm gonna leave Tabitha with Moonshadow Jr., whose name I know we looked up, but I can't remember again now.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna leave Tabitha with Orkin, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
As you're going, he's like, should I wait or should I go?
I'm gonna say get her out of here. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25.
I'll get her to the top of the ramp.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of wave at him like, fine, and I'm just running up to Ichi.
And as you get closer, you would definitively see Volu unconscious on the floor and Dante also unconscious, pinned in the crystal like tower almost.
As I get up to Ichi, I'm going to be like, has it stopped?
I don't know. There's something familiar about it, but I'm not sure.
I've got nothing left. Jeez Christ.
I can get them both back up, but I don't know if that thing's going to start attacking if they do.
Okay. I don't think this is going to work. Mage hands aren't very strong, are they?
No.
No, it can move about like, what was it, a couple of kilos or something.
No, than that, I don't think.
Like 5 pounds or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that.
Volu doesn't happen to have a potion on his belt or anything like that, does he?
As you look, Volu, are there any potions hanging from your belt?
Well, some orangey potion for fire and a nice little liquid golden mist, which is advantage, but not.
Nothing that I'd recognise as a healing potion.
Nope.
Because neither have I.
I think we
Dante, are
used
there any
most
on
of
your
them.
belt?
I think I've got a potion of healing in my.
You would see some on Dante's belt.
Got a.
Shit, because that's all my movement. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna send it over to Dante.
Yeah.
And get it to take the potion.
Okay. So.
And there's a question now about how much you're going to allow me to do, because it says.
I'm just seeing where you can put it, because actually you can choose within a point you in range. So, you could
I
maybe
can cast it 30 feet away, so I can cast it right
where
next
could you
to him.
summon it? Yeah, you could summon it next to him and have it move back to you. Fine enough.
So, but it also
you can
says,
summon it there. It can.
I've action moved, haven't I?
Oh yeah, so you have to use your action to control it. So it's there, and I'll say it can have grabbed it, but it can't move back.
Okay, so it's got hold of the healing potion, but it's there.
Yeah.
And I can't move. I can't do anything else. So
I'd say both you and Ichi would see it floating there.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, as we come, so you would see behind you. No, they happen later. Sorry. So,
Tabitha's after
Volu
me.
for the very first time ever, I think for Paul, can you secretly roll me a death saving throw? So you need to type /GM roll, all one word,
Yeah.
GM roll,
Yeah,
space, and the whisper one. But the GM roll will roll straight to me, space, and then type the dice. So 1d20. And I would like you to try not to react to what the result is.
And a proper poker face.
Well, my screen went blank, so I go.
As he's doing that, Ichi, your
Is- What would it be to take the potion and pour it into someone's mouth? Action or bonus?
It's an action to give.
Bonus to take, action to give. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Which obviously I know you can do with your lay on hands as well.
Yeah, which is action.
But yeah, Ichi, what would you like to do? Volu's there bleeding out. Dante's there bleeding out. The golem creature's just standing there menacingly, scanning the field right now.
Ichi is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is going to run up next to Dante. As Eleni's got the potion coming towards.
She hasn't yet.
It's literally it's pulled the potion off his belt, but it's just there with the potion over Dante at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'll leave that where it is so you can bring it over to Volu.
Yeah, it makes sense. You can heal without it.
Yeah, and then I will put. I'm going to use the rest of my lay on hands, and I'm going to put 10 hit points into Dante.
Okay. So, Dante, your eyes open. You feel a warmth, almost a little amused chuckle, and a voice in your head that says, "That was close."
As Dante's eyes open, Ichi's just looking down. It's like, come on, buddy. I thought you were stronger than that. I give him kind of like a gentle pat on the face. Not yet.
The golem is still just stood, scanning the vicinity.
As that kind of like happens and like there's no immediate like aggro again, Ichi has the biggest sigh of relief. Don't hybrid again. Don't go into whatever form that was. I think that was what was angering it. Trust me.
So my sword is still alight, right? Because it doesn't.
Your sword's still lit up, yeah.
Has he done?
But also, it's not your go right now.
No, I know it is. I'm just checking that.
You check that a second. As Ichi, anything else from you? Any bonus? Any?
I got bonus action wise. Nah, that's it. That's me.
Okay, as we get to the top of the round, can everybody make me a strength save, please? As again, the cavern begins to rock and rumble, and the earthquakes that seem to have been shaking the vicinity have not stopped.
Dante, you gain my +3.
Don't think it's going to help me, but I appreciate it.
Is it 10 foot?
So it'd be 13.
10 foot, so it won't reach Volu.
I
mean, Volu's unconscious. They automatically fail, don't they?
That was a 23 from me. I don't. Again,
okay. 23
times,
from Eleni. You grab onto a stalagmite and manage to steady yourself.
And a dirty 20 for Ichi.
Again, for you, almost digging your rooted feet in and feeling the earth rumble. Dante, what was yours?
13.
Okay, so you almost knocking against the crystal spikes that are already around you. You take 3 points of damage. And Volu, I will whisper to you what happens for yours.
Imagine if I just put 3 points into you.
Volu, you would see is like tossed around, it's sort of like hitting the head a little bit off the side of a stalagmite. And we come to the golem. And for a tense moment, it seems to scan the area. And there's a pulse. There's like a pulse wave that goes out that Ichi again. And I think less for Dante this time because it's less about affecting you. But its eyes glow in a way, Ichi, that reminds you, and the sound and the sense of it coming over you, that was like a detect, like in the same way that you can...
Like a divine sense kind of vibe.
Maybe, yeah, that sort of vibe, where it was checking for the presence of those things.
Elementals, fiends, fae, undead, celestials.
And then it turns and starts fairly slowly walking upwards.
Dante struggles to try to get to his feet, like
just stepping away. It would only get to about there. You would notice Moonshadow Jr. has cast Fly on himself and is flying actually this way, having seen the oncoming peeps. And as he flies over, he will shout down like, "I'll send the cleric straight here." Because they're going to go 120 that way. And as we come back to Dante, we are unless you are aggressing, as you stand your flaming sword and looking at the back of this large golem, it looks damaged. And even as it's stepping, its legs sort of like, you can see one of the sockets that isn't in right, like clicking as it hits a jutting out bit. And it's just walking away from you.
Yeah, I'm not going to do jet, but I'm there kind of just like trying to climb up on my sword, almost like use it as a crutch almost. Try to get up.
You would hear a thaumaturgy shout of somebody actually flying on the back of a horse. It's not a Pegasus horse, it's just a horse, but it is flying.
Hell yeah.
And you hear the thaumaturgy shout of like, "Who needs urgent medical attention? Should we attack the creature?"
No. Stand down. No hostile advances. It's calm down. I think whatever corruption was on it has gone and it's no longer seeing us as a threat.
You would see another one sort of arrive. They start to circle downwards.
Are we still
What's
in
that
turn?
thing?
We're not in turn.
Because I would have rushed over and poured that potion down.
Yeah.
Volu's mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have been able to immediately sort of get over
Does his
there.
body take it?
Yeah.
Good. I don't know what happened in that whispered roll of the...
Was it just a normal one?
Yeah, just a 2d4 plus 2.
So that's
okay, Volu.
7 points.
7 points back as you open your eyes. Your head is sore. Your body aches.
So out of curiosity, did you save or fail?
I saved.
Then I got. But he did.
I did get a fail for the earthquake.
The damage, yeah.
And just as you're opening your eyes for a second, again for a moment, you see Eleni and the moths that are around them, and the silhouette it gives you. You think you're back in its Tanabori with the butterflies that she used to walk around with. And as your sort of vision comes back in, you can see Eleni and the moths that sort of land on you and as you wake. Again, by the time sort of as you're waking, the clerics are shouting. It's becoming noisy as they're like, "Who needs attention? Is there anybody injured immediately?" And is anybody recently? Should we revivify anybody? And they're like all floating down.
Points to the charred corpse in the corner.
And then I would
Well,
look
I
at
think-
Ichi
I
and
mean,
say,
that's within a minute.
then
Yeah.
I would
Well,
look at
this is what
Ichi
that's
and
what well, that's
say-
why they're asking you, because they don't want to waste it running to everybody. They would rather ask you, like, who would Revivify work on?
But then I'm
Corpse
gonna look
guy.
at I'm gonna look up at Ichi and say, did we win?
I don't know. I don't know what this was fighting against.
Means
No,
the
the
race.
race.
dickhead.
And then he meant the race.
Oh no! Last minute, someone overtook me. I don't know what happened. They just blindsided me. I was showboating right at the end. I was, bowing before I crossed, and then just suddenly, yes, of course we won. What do you take me for?
I
Second
just
place?
needed
Never.
to make sure. And
Or
maybe Moonshadow Junior owes us a favour now, right?
Oh,
Guy, don't forget Corpse Guy.
Corpse guy.
As Ichi hears that whispered
Charred
voice of,
corpse guy.
don't forget them. Ichi turns around and goes, "It's good to have the old Volu back, not the bloodthirsty death race Volu."
Okay, and I am going to say they are within the minute. They are probably the only one, because everyone else went down pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
no.
went down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's got
Um,
trauma. He got burnt.
Wow.
Well, luckily he was sort of unconscious when that happened. But yeah, I will say so. The driver of the Desert Hopper, who
He went down ages ago.
this guy? Well, no, because he was
Overall,
corrupted.
I'm just
No,
gonna
he
throw
went
out-
over in the keg. Yeah.
I'm just going to throw out. Overall, this was one hell of a successful thing. We sorted out the deal with Madame Oracle by getting her a person and the car. We won the race,
We
And-
didn't get Moonshadow.
and we slapped around a big piece of rock. So
I think the big piece of rock
hanging-
slapped you
trying to
around.
Dante's trying to remove himself from a crystal spike.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clerics will rush down and start healing people. By the time you guys are healed and looked at, a good 10 soldiers guards have turned up on the back of horses, and the creature just continued to walk away that whole time. It walked in through the hole in the wall over here
Yeah.
and just disappears. And like for a while they're healing you, you can still hear the faint of it walking somewhere down the chasm. A few of the soldiers are sort of like would come over and be talking like, should we chase? Was it a monster? Was it?
It was a golem.
It was possessed.
It seems Lyrixen in origin.
And some of these bodies, they are researchers and kids from the street. Well, what are they doing down there?
I don't know.
Infected.
You
Dante's
might-
there, kind of, even if he's being healed, he's just sat on the floor with his sword still on fire.
Infected with what?
We need to speak to the high priest Arcana. I think it's all connected to that stuff and the stuff that Volu had.
Well, one of the clerics that's with you, because obviously they've all been debriefed,
Yeah.
and as you sort of mentioned, they were like, should we contain the bodies? Should we
I wouldn't
contain the
anybody
injured?
touch them.
I wouldn't
burn
touch them, but then the ones that are burned are probably okay.
The man we revivified, should he be
No.
watched?
Actually, Dante will get up with his sword as it's flaming, and he's just going to run it across all the bodies, which have the pus things.
Okay, so any of the bodies that are still there, as you run the flame over, their entire body just turns to ash.
Yeah, fine.
Disintegrates in the same
The
way. that
Revivify guy, though, we think we'd got rid of the infection before
Yeah,
he
yeah,
went
already.
down, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's worth watching him, though.
It's do we know if anybody else was infected? We should check all the contestants. I will send a message to High Priest.
Tabitha,
They will start casting sending and send a message to High Priest Arcanair.
you need to check out Tabitha. We think we cured her of the infection, but again, it might be worth just checking her out.
Well, they send the message. I think as well, a few other messages would be sent, and after a while, the guards would come back and say, so as not to worry the crowd, they are going to tell them that it was a crash, a collision, and that it was just a beast from down in the caverns. They are going to continue the festivities, but you are welcome to come with us to the temple or receive any healing or
How much
even head
healing
home if
can
you
we
wish.
get right now? Just because I'm only checking because I was starting to get a bit low.
Well, me and Volo.
I will say I would say that they will give you Eleni, they give you 14.
Thank you.
Dante, they give you 10.
Favoritism.
They are just going to cast 2 on you, and then they're going to say we're going to save our cast for anybody that's in dire needs. But Volu, sorry, yeah.
Anybody who's
No.
in dire need, the guy who was literally on the floor dead the
I
longest.
mean,
Volu, you get 16.
I don't know about you
Thank you.
guys, but I would quite like to go and acknowledge that we won.
Yeah.
I was going to say, can we get
Can
on
we
the
do that
podium?
first?
Volo, also take an extra 10 as I cast Cure Wounds on you as well.
Ooh,
Bitch.
you sexy tree boy.
Hey, not tree, cactus.
So
Yeah. You can't tell by how much of a prick he is.
they will say
Hey!
That's the last
would-
time
they-
he's healing you.
yeah, the guard would say, well, you are welcome to go, but the festivities now are not the formal. The formal announcements will be tomorrow, because as you imagine, usually there are people injured. We need the night to rest, and so and you would remember. So tomorrow is the day that they hand over officially giving the presidency,
Yeah.
the prime minister ship or whatever it is,
And
over. But also there will be the favor and the payment and that stuff.
But I'm also thinking we probably want to see Thaddeus.
Okay, it's
And
easily
and
enough done. I would
at
say,
least confirm to them that we are alive and that we're okay.
yeah,
and
of course.
I mean, say,
I assume they've already
I
took
mean,
the vehicle away.
you're gonna have to go past them anyway. So I would
Yeah,
say,
there's
I
loads
would
of
say
things
that
to
you
do,
are-
but I'll be wanting to see Madam Oracle.
well,
She's
we
not
may
easy
not
to
know
find,
whether
though.
she's there. Yeah, she's not going to
No.
be stood there
So
waving, is she?
I will say that the guards offer you a ride on one of the vehicles that shows up, and you are given a leisurely, casual ride back to the Colosseum. By the time you arrive there, you can see that most people have been moved into the open marketplaces. There's small firework displays and small stands with different hot foods and drinks. And you're able to arrive and see Thaddeus, that is wild with delight. When he's like, that was amazing. I mean, I don't know why you just turned around and left again. He didn't even bask in the glory of it, just left the vehicle. But either way, where was everybody else? I mean, you destroyed quite a lot of them. I wasn't expecting my sister will want a meeting with you in the next few days, but right now they sort of point over and they are currently deep talks with different of the important people, the investors and those other things. A win under the belt. So I'm positive we will get some investments into a faster steam engine.
I'm sure we'll be happy to speak to you both. We need to rest. Yeah, I mean, people were blowing each other up. It wasn't all us. So
True. I mean that little one with the flamethrower did quite a lot of damage.
but yes,
Yes,
I think
they did.
Well, I'm sure you've got also. I'm not. No, actually, I don't think he would. He's going to say, well, if you need anything, feel free. You can. Our assistant here will get you anything you need, and there is just a person sort of stood and they nod. They say, if you want to party, then party. If you want to get private bathhouses, anything you fancy, it is paid for the night.
Could we get some sandwiches, please?
Volu, my boy, I will bury you in sandwiches if that is what you wish.
I've
Don't
got
tell
a
him that.
picture of Volu with his head sticking
Volu.
out the top. Sandwiches.
And I will say, so because obviously the race it is still 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It's not like a super, because the race was minutes, right? 5-10 minutes
Is
tops.
there any sign of Moonshadow Jr.? Because his dad would have been around watching the race.
You would have seen them very quickly with the clerics, but they have gone with Tabitha to the temple.
Right, okay.
And you would have seen them leaving with them.
And did
and what
my
I'll
little
say
silver
is,
raven come back?
it does return to you.
Thank
And what I'll say is, it is obviously now up to you. There's a lot of things to deal with. But if for the moment the group wishes to bask in their underdog impossible victory, what would you want to do? Would you want to go for something private, book out an entire bathhouse and get food and drinks, or are you going for the party? Like, how are we feeling after the combat and everything?
Dante would like a bathhouse.
Yeah, Eleni's thinking
He's
private,
got-
not public party.
Right.
Volu is fine with private, but would like adulation as they walk to the.
Oh yeah, and literally anybody that sees you and sees your group, like, is all over you, and to a point that, like, while you're with Thaddeus, he is like keeping you away. But as you begin to move through the streets, people do start to like, oh my god, is that? And like people pulling at you and like trying to high five you and touch you. And
As soon as that starts to happen, Liam, the hood comes back up on the coat,
Mhm.
like tries to hide my face a little bit.
And Dante.
Dante will kind of just he'll be fine with. He's kind of like whatever kind of thing. He's more looking at his already burnt arm, because since after that fight, even with the magical healing, there's now more blisters that have come across it, including some that have shown that they're ruptured and like kind of orange goo, or as for lack of a better term, is just kind of almost bleeding out of it still.
Okay. And
Volu just being like, thank you very much, thank you, thank
and
you.
Ichi in agreement.
Ichi's kind of like not paying attention to much of like the fanfare and everything. Ichi's got their sketchbook out and is drawing those sigils that they saw on the golem.
Okay. And Eleni with the hood up, just trying to get somewhere private. You would be able to be carted off to a very nice, swanky bathhouse up in the Zenith Ward, given an entire bath and shower area to yourselves, brought food, wine, and any other drinks and treats you wish. And as you soak and ponder on what to do next, that is where we will end this week's session. And I will say, even though it's been a fast one, and I know it's been fast, but we're going to do it anyway, you guys can all level up.
Hey!
Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the story so far and enjoyed watching our adventuring group come to fruition and come together, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you know when the videos are coming out. And as always, roll well. Bye.